ESPN is driven by Auto Centers Nissan, home of the lifetime warranty and 30-day return. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN, broadcasting live from Blues Development Camp at the Centene Community Ice Center.
Prospect camp, and we're going to see some action right in front of us as we're at the NHL rink inside Centene. And boys, it's good to be here.
Sorry.
Carey Davis tried to move his chair forward and nearly took.
At that point,
okay.
The building was coming down.
They've heard louder.
You cold, Carey?
You know, it's a little chilly in here. It's not as bad as it was when I first walked in, but it's
The old Plager rink?
Ooh. Yeah, it was absurd.
Yeah, they had that fired up to chilly.
Yeah.
Jamie.
The cold, the building being cold, the rink being cold.
Yeah.
Because of the way the puck moves and because it's a little easier to skate on hard ice.
Yeah, if you're on soft ice, it takes a little easier.
Nice.
So it's nice to have a nice cold rink to practice it.
So, Jamie, while we're here and at this, what you're trying to accomplish, I mean, you don't want impression that, well, you know, maybe it carries over in a training camp.
So here's the difference. When I started rookie camp, which was like 5 days before main camp, and all that was a bloodbath. That's what rookie camp, because I was a higher pick, so I went straight to main camp. But we'd always arrive a few days early, and because there was 2 minutes of play in the first inter-squad game.
Yeah.
And the coach too. And so things, were different at that point. But what I like about this is it gives with them. So contrary to the way it used to be, like where you got to impress them like right away, like main camp. Now you have a development camp for these young guys. So you take a little bit of the awe out of the kids, right? They get into St. Louis. They're amongst their peers.
Yeah.
They're amongst the younger kids who are all taking it in for the first time too. So that when main camp comes around in September, like when you're familiar with a place or even individual, you're more comfortable and you perform at a higher level.
Yeah, and it can be overwhelming to be in a place with veterans, with, in my case, future Hall of Famers. If you go in where it's just the rookies, your rookie class, for us, it was going into a locker room where you'll see Peyton Manning or you'll see Edgerrin James. You're like, oh, crap, I don't know. How do I act? Do I talk?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you? Nice to meet you. Like, you don't know who you are or what's going on. So to have that moment where it's just you all to kind of, as you said, get familiar, get comfortable with a football player, whatever it is, it just makes life a little bit easier, that transition.
Now, one thing, Anthony, you brought up, how you're like, you don't want to be like, out there every time that they're on the ice, like they're trying to make the team.
Sure.
Because you can't, as friends, wouldn't talk all day long leading up to the game. Go out there, smash into each other, punch each other in the face, do whatever had to, but then following the game, you hug it out and have a beer.
Right.
Now, times have changed a little bit, and I don't expect these guys to slug it out, but get out there and compete.
Yeah.
Separate yourself from – that tells you something. At the development camp, it's not a slight against that player, but if you're one of those guys, find a reason to get everybody talking about you. And once they best and outplay guys and outcompete guys. Yeah. But for me, this is a first opportunity for some guys to separate themselves from the pack.
So Carey to do the punt coverage. He's willing to, way back in the day, be the guy that breaks up the wedge.
Yeah.
Those are the last roster spots. For you, Jamie, what would be the separator in hockey?
Well, in today's day and age, going back to Craig Berube talking about compete, Drew Bannister, the terminology hasn't changed. The thought process really hasn't changed. You need guys that go out there and they're going to battle and they're going to work. That's out there. Let's say they're doing an edge work drill, which is to basically test how good you are with skating on your edges, utilizing your edges, how smooth you are, how able you are. If I see a guy that is not as good, but he continues to work and get after it, ask questions, and try different things, across the feet and getting the puck back, like that's what I want to see. I don't want to see a guy who's going through the motions, thinks this is stupid. I know I can.
You have to want to compete. Like it is a job interview, and you're trying to be the best person to be seen, right? You want to make sure that people that are watching, scouts, coaches, whomever, fans, people that are here in attendance, you want them to say, man, that guy plays hard. It was the guy that was willing to do the special teams, especially if you're a first or second, third round pick, you're probably good. They'll find a way for you. Anything after that, it's special teams. It's the guys that are going to stay at the things that help you be seen and help you make the team.
Is it important for some of these players, like if there is a physical player, not a high draft, because that's not really the reason why this team drafted them? How do you go about that if you're a player?
Well, you go out there and you compete, just like I said. And when you have these scrimmages like we're going to have here in about 15, 20 minutes, when they look on the ice, there's certain players on the other team that get off the ice because they don't want to be out there.
Right.
Guys will find their way off the ice when he touches the ice. And I know to look for that. Those guys, the scouts, know to look for that.
Because in football, we have a drill where you're lined up and you can see, like, on the third person.
Like this, if you're the other guy, wouldn't you want to be out there? Wouldn't you want to embrace that if you are in this type of camp?
Well, you're supposed to.
Exactly.
But this is how you get an impression, and who's here because they think, hey, hockey's cool. You know what I mean?
I just got drafted. Everything's great.
Yeah, why is this guy angry at me? No, because he wants the job more than you. Yeah. So why don't you show everybody that you want it more? You got to do. You just got to make sure that you're separating yourself. That's going to be the theme for all these development camps, for training camp. You have to make an impression. And if you're a scorer, Brian Sutter said this the best, my very first NHL camp. If you're a goal scorer, you better score. If you're a playmaker, you better make plays. If you're a hitter, you better hit. And if you're a fighter, you better fight.
Right. Yeah.
He says, if you're one of those categories, you better show us that you can do that. If you don't, you're gone.
Yep. Do your job.
Yeah.
Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsham, Anthony Stalter. 2:11, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Cardinals get it done last night. Kind of an uneven performance out of Kyle Gibson. He was absolutely dominant for 4 innings and then started to run into some issues, although with the way that the score was, maybe Gibson was also kind of opening up just, hey, listen, I'm not going to dance around the edge of the plate, and I'm just going to attack hitters based on the score. But the question now is Kyle Gibson your second best starter right now as it sits? We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN. All right, time to play a lineup game here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Lineup is out. Second game, Pirates, Cardinals. All right, boys.
Pirates.
Nice win last night for Kyle Gibson and the boys.
Sure. It helps if you turn
Well,
your mic
Big
on.
Burley with a Burley bomb, eh, Marshy?
Yeah.
Right.
Can you feel it? Huh?
Oh, you had Burleson?
Uh-huh.
Nobody had Gorman, huh?
No.
No, you guys lost faith in Gorman. So did I. Don't worry.
All right, so tonight will be Miles Michaelis versus one of the Pirates youngsters, Jared Jones. He's got a 3.66 ERA. He is a right-hander. So I'm thinking Mason wins leading off tonight, boys. How about you?
Fire alarm's going off. They know the fast lane's hot.
Yeah, what is going on here?
Is that a fire alarm?
It was.
It just stopped.
Somebody
Oh, they're drilling.
somebody got a good look at Anthony Stalter and thought, this guy's too hot.
Yeah.
Fire the alarm.
Sprinklers.
Boy,
Sound the
my
alarm.
ego. It's feeling pretty good right now.
All right, where do we go here?
Mason win?
Yep,
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Bradford, back in the studio. Show us Mason win.
All right, this has got to be our guy, Alec
it's gotta
Burleson, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Bradford, show us Alec Burleson. There we go.
All right.
Well, this is
Wilson?
Yeah, it's got to
What's
be
that?
Gotta be Wilson.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
I think he's DHing today.
Wow,
Really?
that was from the far
Oh,
left
that's
field
right.
over there.
Well, no, he can play.
He can play
Yeah,
today.
I don't know the lineup.
Days in a row. He is a catcher, you know.
He
but-
just got hit
Well,
on
why
the
would
hands
you?
He did get hit
yesterday.
in the hand, yeah.
Carey.
Have you
But
seen
Carey-
that man's hands? His
Yeah.
hands, two of mine. Like his hands are huge. He's okay.
Right,
does
but the
have massive
Cardinals
hands.
You know what
like
they
He
to,
say
do
about
that.
big hands, eh, Carey?
What do they say?
Big gloves.
Nah, right.
the Cardinals like to quote unquote maybe baby their players because
you don't baby Wilson.
of the injuries.
You might be right though. I don't know.
I don't know, but here's my theory. Why catch him? If you got the luxury of having Pajes, who's doing a really good job, and you keep Contreras' bat in the lineup?
Well, because
why not?
Pajes' bat is not as good as maybe someone else's off the bench.
But
But
is-
to be in the DH spot
Like Crawdaddy?
or Matt Carpenter.
Yeah.
Is Michaelis pitching tonight?
Don't frown your face up. Like
Michaelis has been doing really well with Pedro Pajes.
Yeah, because
right.
he hates Wilson.
that. Oh,
Remember
he-
last year?
He didn't say
He
that.
didn't say he hated it.
And over the,
I mean-
and over the offense, offseason, he tried to take the blame.
It was a little late.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's kind of our fault.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have
Maybe I
handled
should,
things
yeah.
differently.
Actually, he was kind of a pro about it. So, okay, cleanup spot.
Your guy.
Goldie.
Show us RL Chalk, Paul Goldschmidt. All right, a couple of hits last night for Goldie, including a double. Nice job.
All right. Now, is it right-handed pitcher on the bump?
Yes, sir.
This is Brendan Donovan.
Donnie.
Yeah, go ahead, CD. That's your guy.
Show us Brendan Donovan.
All right, this has got to be your guy, Anthony.
All right, Bradford, please show us. No.
He's a Gold Glove winner and perennial All-Star. Listen to Mr. Gold Glove over here. Come on.
Who was this yesterday?
This
That was
Matt
Carpenter.
But Marshy says he thinks Pajes is catching, so it's probably not.
I think this would be Gorman and then Pajes at 8.
I
You love Gorman.
I wouldn't be shocked if Gorman's not playing because every time he has a good game, they then sit him.
That's ridiculous.
We do need
I
a
don't like
second
your
baseman,
attitude
though.
about that, Andrew, at all.
Center fielder, second baseman, and a DH.
And a catcher. Or a catcher.
Or a catcher.
Or a catcher.
Yeah. I think, personally, this is Nolan Gorman.
You call it. No,
Big
you do.
slam-a-lama ding-dong last night. Show us Nolan Gorman.
I told him it wasn't Gorman.
You
All right,
did.
hey,
You
March.
did. I didn't listen.
Marsh, go with your theory, kid.
All right, so we have Pajes. I wonder if Ciani is playing. We got a text from the Air Comfort Service text line that this lineup game was going to be a doozy. That's why I have this weird feeling that something is going to be different with this lineup game. This is going to be interesting.
Jamie said before we came down here, he goes, you're going to hear everything.
Yep. By the way, to remind our listeners, we're broadcasting from inside the NHL arena where the Blues have the blue-white game about to happen here. And it's warm-up, so there's a couple of hundred pucks on the ice. And you will hear every single one of them.
We're going to do that
I
hockey
think
today.
this is Jose Fermin. If Gorman's not playing,
What?
if Gorman's not playing, second baseman Jose Fermin.
Oh.
Then Pajes, then Ciani.
Hey,
Why would Gorman not play today?
Go for it,
He
kid.
went 2 for 4 yesterday.
Show
but you
us.
have it. You go ahead.
Jose Fermin. Damn it.
You guys let Marshy go. You know all the things he does.
I
like
never
this.
get to play.
I know, but
That's where I was
he always
going.
goes into the weeds on this.
Well, he made a choice.
But
It wasn't right.
I'm surprised he didn't
that
say
sound-
Lukenbaker.
Well, he's not here.
You know, Marsh,
We don't know.
Marsh thinks outside of the box, and at that point, we needed somebody to think outside of the box.
I'm just going from what the text line said. Maybe the text line is leading us astray.
Guys,
Yeah.
I think we're overthinking it. This is Matt Carpenter.
All right.
Go for it, Jamie.
Bradford, show us Matt Carpenter.
What is wrong with you guys?
Okay, I don't really like that.
So we did Gorman,
Pajes.
Carpenter, and Fermin.
Pajes.
Yeah.
You want to do it, Marshall? Do you believe it?
At
If you don't believe it,
At 7?
I mean,
Is it Dylan Carlson?
you let Gorman play hitting the 8th hole.
Who
again.
would make the least amount of sense here?
Brandon Crawford.
Show us Brandon Crawford.
Oh, my God.
Could he be playing second base?
Oh, my
Or is-
God.
Oh man.
He's playing second base if this is Pajes.
Sometimes you have to fade the public, Marsh.
That's
He's definitely playing second base. This is Pajes here. What do you think?
I think Gorman. After hitting a grand slam,
you need a center fielder.
After Brandon Crawford?
Ciani,
Brandon Crawford. Where do you think Crawdaddy is? A DH?
second base,
Where's Gorman? DH?
DH.
All right, go ahead, Anthony.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
Wow.
And then Ciani.
It has to be.
So wait, was that Gorman?
Yeah, that was
Why
Gorman.
is Crawford batting before him?
I don't know.
because you had success
You had
last
Crawford
night in the
last-
8th
oh,
hole.
my- whatever.
You
don't-
had Carpenter
don't
last night.
change
Have you
it
seen
up.
Crawdaddy's bat?
No, I haven't
lately?
seen it.
It's
Haven't
been
seen it.
impressive.
Okay. Does he carry a big bat?
I don't no bigger than the other guys. He's just
okay.
been using it really well lately.
Yeah.
You say
Show
so.
us Michael Ciani. All right.
All right.
Bradford, why don't you go ahead and run it for us? Wow.
What?
Hey, real quick, what's louder, Carey slamming his chair on this, on these bleep?
Yeah, we're getting a lot
Well,
of
there-
feedback from the text line.
There's more.
Yeah, sure.
I think we're getting a lot of feedback on these
Basically
microphones,
saying,
too.
you guys are probably going to have the ice at that point.
Fortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Marsh, you have the lead, right?
No, Jamie does with
Oh,
Alec
that's right.
Burleson
Jamie
hitting a base
Burleson.
hit, or
Yep.
not a base hit, a home run.
What was Burley, a 2?
Yeah.
Nice job there, Jamie.
2-pointer. All right. Let's see here. I am going with Paul Goldschmidt today.
Going back-to-back with Burleson, huh? Okay. Give me Nolan Gorman.
No, really.
Yeah, I'll go for a 3 spot.
Yeah, I need it.
Jumping Crawdaddy.
There you go.
All right, so since our guy Bradford Bruns is helping us out on the board back at the studios, Bradford, go ahead, call your home run shot. Get in the game,
Why
Bradford.
not? In the interest of absolute madness within the lineup today, I am going to expect a little bit of pop from the bottom of the order. Let's do Michael Ciani.
Oh, Bradford.
Whoa.
Hey, you know what? You get a shot like that, just like at these prospect camps, Jamie,
Yeah.
you do something that's out of the box. And that's what Bradford's
doing
done.
his best Marshy on that one.
Absolutely. All right,
To keep reminding people
we are at Centene Community Ice Center.
inside the ice.
Inside
The
the
rink.
NHL rink, where the prospects are currently on the ice and warming up. As Jamie noted, you will hear every single puck, whether it goes to a stick, a pad, the wall. Kyle Gibson, we'll get into his performance from last night next on 101 ESPN.
from Blues Development Camp.
Coming back, guys.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and
It's fun to watch some of these guys in person. These guys skate around and get after it. Looks like
pictures are completely full here. Looks like some standing room only.
Fun and just doing what they need to do in order to do some great things. Not have.
Eight Ks and the 2 home runs. 2 home runs, you reading the text line?
by hitting them on anvils. The Fast Lane coming to you live from.
Bradford just keeps replaying that sound.
Let's send out a memo.
It is.
I'm happy
Up close
watching
and personal.
it.
It's the Fast Lane immersive experience.
I don't know if I could do play-by-play. I don't know if it's allowed, but
I don't know.
it'd be
Gonna do. You should do
It sounds like you don't want to talk about Kyle Gibson.
I do. I see a lot of it.
Look at them doing that hockey.
Look at him doing that.
Blue out here helping with prospect camp.
Oh, man. I mean, he has picked up the strike since he started to rely more on that. He had a couple favorable calls, I thought, from the umpire, but he was all really sharp last night. Now, I think it's smacked when you don't have.
I like what Kyle Gibson's doing this year. Not in that confidence. Well, why? Because I don't know if any other
Lynn
with Gibson on the mound.
I think get hitting. If you get power game, gave up a couple of home runs, but it does barely hit a home run. You're getting that power in your. That's
the
generally
math
how
checks
it
out.
works.
Yeah.
So if you give your team a chance to win games.
Anthony, we get casting from the Clear It camp.
I'd be on the ice coaching. I would not consider coming in and out throughout the show today. 0-0, right, Jamie?
No, 1-0.
Nope. See some more power play
He
action.
was drafted by the Blues, spent 2 years now, but he's been every single hit out there.
I didn't see that. Yes.
So that's one guy to pay attention. You give him a chance to, maybe get back.
All right. There you go. He was the only one that was smart and actually grabbed the rock. That's what I did. I walked right around it. I said, I'm not.
For today's game.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody said if you could please turn down the NHL.
The numbers, right, for Lance Lynn, right, at 3.59. Gibson's 4.27. Strikeout rate is almost identical. Lance Lynn has an 8 walk rate at 3.18 compared to Gibson's 3. Let's see here. Or most of them actually favor Lance Lynn, but I agree with compared to Lance Lynn.
But I still feel the same way.
But no, yeah, and that's what I was saying. It was
inflated because of that start against the Marlins early.
He only goes 4 innings, like 2 really bad outings, only going 4 or 4 1/3. But camp. On 101 ESPN. confirm. 101
Marked in back.
After Jamie was told.
All right, so tonight, Tom, talking about Paul, this is a thing in the All-Star game.
Let me ask you this, Marsh. Your young stars, yes, about things. And
have a young player that is. If you have that opportunity, I think.
Trade with the Tampa Bay 7 ERA and
a good deal.
Isn't even they seem to be ahead of it, but like starting now, they need pitching help, they go out and get it.
What'd they give up in this?
Barrios. Line's list of Milwaukee's top 30
With the Pirates. But a spot, he was kind of like, but you had to Les, don't really give up time numbers, but just going to be same deal.
Yeah.
Oh. Just scored to make it 3-1. 62. Who's that?
Shooting
It's
that
some nice
puck
hands.
was Marc-Andre.
So going back to the Brewers, this is success in the.
All right, let's dive in track with the Lakers today. A league, you know, as time. Dad, do you honestly think this guy has
Team ops. I don't of the high Division I basketball. I'm not. They will be the defining. The G able to.
Is going to translate. Going to balance itself out.
That's pretty damn funny. Leopard there. 3-1-6. That's the home run. He's all in the month.
Broadcasting live from Blues Development Camp at the Centene Community Ice Center.
part of the wall at 410. It's gone. And opposite field, grand slam for Gorman on a 2-strike count. And the Cardinals have broken.
Tonight as the Cardinals beat the Pirates 7-4, thanks in large part to that grand slam hit by Nolan Gorman, licensed Rolex jeweler. So we're live at Centene Community Ice Center, and when I tease the ticket giveaway for the Journey, who has not stopped laughing at the texters responding to where we are right now, only funny answers since the break. So
at a prison mess hall.
Okay.
There's another one. One said, maybe it sounds like an MRI.
Oh, what a say.
That was not nice by one of your kids to send that in. That's terrible. That's talking about, well, Nolan Gorman, he's got to be sent down to Memphis. If you're going to send down Jordan Walker, you better send down Nolan Gorman too, because Nolan Gorman's struggling. And we all had the conversation, what was it, yesterday or the day before? It's like, no, big leaguer now. He's got to figure it out at the big league level. I don't think going down to AAA was going to make that big of a difference. Plus, when you have him up on the roster, basically wins it for the Cardinals last night, again, as they went up 6-0. Had another hit in the game, so productive overall. That's Nolan Gorman. The key is not having him hit 4th or 5th when he's struggling. Contreras is back because you have somebody else that can hit 4th for you or 3rd for you or 5th for you and not kill you in that spot. But if Gorman is struggling, move him down.
For Gorman?
Yes.
Yeah, no. He's a major leaguer now. You look at his numbers to some of the other guys around the league that pop, and you have guys that have long stretches of not hitting the baseball the same as Gorman. Maybe they don't strike out as much,
right?
But they go through those slumps. The Memphis.
Well, we talked about it. You essentially know what you're getting. You're going to get what you got last night. Hopefully, you get the home run. You're going to get a couple of strikeouts. That's who Nolan Gorman said. He was 7 for 54 in his last 7 hits in his last 54 plate attempts.
He's terrible.
Play appearances. So it was really. And hopefully, you go into today and can recreate that swing.
It's a different scenario. You're not using Dylan Carlson.
I mean, pitcher. You got to have a right-handed center fielder, eh? Yeah.
You might as well send him down like a big leaguer.
Maybe we will see who gets sent down when a couple of these guys come back off the IL, right?
When Newt comes back, who are you sending down?
It's probably going. Then when Tommy Edman comes back, because that's another center fielder.
Yeah.
It will probably be Dylan Carlson at that time if he's not. And I don't think I'm pretty sure they like Dylan Carlson from what we've seen. They felt like he was going to be, the starting center fielder. Thought he was going to be that guy that would be able to do.
Michael Ciani has made the most out of his opportunities. They clearly like him better in center field than Dylan Carlson, center fielder. He hasn't done much offensively, but he's starting to turn things around a little bit. He had a better June.
That's playing here.
Yeah, had a better June than he did in May. But Dylan Carlson has had some opportunities, and by guys like Michael Ciani or, quite frankly, Alec Burleson.
Yeah.
If Alec Burleson wasn't doing what he was doing, it'd be a bit of a timeshare, I think, going on in right field. He has hit so much that they can't take him out of the lineup, and now he's hitting second. So I feel for Dylan Carlson. I thought there'd be a lot more production. This night will spark him. The key, though, is what do you do in the middle of the lineup?
Oh, we've been saying this for, I don't know, a month now, month and a half. I think you got what you got. Nolan Arenado, you're still giving him the opportunities, but I think he's batting like 220, 230 right now.
Yeah.
He's not hitting for average, and he's not really hitting for power that we're accustomed to seeing as well. So guys out of the lineup, they're going to play every day, and you figure a way around it.
That's why they're cheering.
I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Has nothing to do with the camp being over.
No, it was all me.
No. The blue and white scrimmage related questions, send those in to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9. But seriously, call Stu. I mean, he's got all kinds of great
he'll help you out.
Programs, including the bagel loan. He's fantastic. Yeah. All right, Blues Q's, your Blues related questions next on 101 ESPN.
Kickstart your
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN, live from Sensing Community Ice Center. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with your Blues cues, your Blues-related questions via the Air Comfort Service text line.
From the 573, what player or players are you guys most excited about for?
Jake Neighbors taking the proverbial next step. I'm real excited to see what Dalibor Dvorsky does. Thank you, Carey.
No problem.
A preseason football game and saying this is it, Hall of Famer. But I'm always excited to see what the young guys are going to bring to the table when and if they come up. If for somebody like Dvorsky, young players, even for somebody like Robert Thomas, who took a major step last year. Jamie, you brought this up yesterday. I thought you're absolutely right. He still has another level.
What Jake Neighbors looks like this year with his first full season under his belt, the very sick development, and how much can he bring to the table immediately. And I'm also excited to see some of these veterans. Some of the veterans that people have written off, like these guys know that you have written them off. They know this. And so I'm always intrigued to watch those guys come to camp and just to see how focused they are and how ready they are to change the narrative surrounding them as a player. So the first part of the season is a lot of fun.
One of those veterans could be Jordan Kyrou. The vitriol and anger that people in St. Louis sometimes have for him, and go out and show, I am a hell of a hockey player. I can do all of these things. And that mature as a player, I think you are looking at a really good hockey player. But, you know, that's an internal thing that he has to be willing and wanting to do. Jamie talks about it all the time. Defense is nothing but a will and a want to. Like, you got to have some skill set, but you got to have more grit and will to do so. So I want to see if he's able to kind of turn over.
Second year, I really liked his game when he came up last season. I want to see what he has to offer in his with him, and if seeing his development is going to be really interesting this upcoming season. That's one guy that I'm looking forward to watching.
Yeah, that's a good call too.
From the 618 Blues question, will Zach Bolduc play on the Blues all season?
All season?
Yeah, I do. Here's what I think. I think he's going to get a good enough impression, and the answer is going to be no, he won't be with the club because the team has the option to send him down without waivers and without things like that. No repercussions to sending the young player down. But this is a guy that the team's excited about. They're excited about his speed. The ice for all the right reasons. Yeah, there's some hiccups in play, young player mistakes that happen.
Sure.
But you're going to have to deal with that in order to get the good stuff from these young players. And what I liked about Drew Bannister and the coaching staff last year is those hiccups weren't met with disaster. The next game, you rolled them out there next time through. Because you're going to, through this process of the retool or rebuild, whatever you want to call it, you're going to have to accept that there will be mistakes. And the only way for that player to learn is to let him get back out there and try again.
Right.
So I think
does it take longer to develop a defenseman versus a winger? How does that fit into plans for a 2 to 3 year rebuild?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
So time-wise, does it take longer to develop a defenseman?
Or from being a goalie is the hardest thing. It just is. You go goalie, defenseman, centerman, and then wingers. Winger. Straight up and down the wing. You know where your spot is defensively, and you know where you're going offensively. And most of the time, those guys are, the first guy in on the forecheck, the hunter, as they're called. Your job's easy. Get in there. You're the hunter.
Yeah.
Centerman, defensively, you have to be able to move the puck up the ice. You have to make tape-to-tape passes. You have to defend guys now by using it properly. You can't do that anymore. You've got to be able to match speed. You've got to have good angles. You have good anticipation, and you have to make sure you're not always taking penalties. And the play happens so fast in the NHL. What takes a second and a half to develop open players immediately, and the puck is passed tape to tape.
Right.
It's not a bobbled puck. It's not I'm going to wait, pause 2, 3, then find the guy. So if you're in the wrong spot defensively, you could be in trouble.
From the 636, and we want to make sure the 636 is okay. Afternoon, fellers. Can we all fighting for a top 5 pick? Thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. One, if he has a regression at all, you've got Joel Hofer. And I think that's the beauty of this is, Joel Hofer, what did he get, 30 starts last year, I believe. Yeah, that's the one thing that the Blues, not the one thing, that is a big part of what the Blues have going on here in this retool is that the
From the 618 after this year's camp, who's more deserving of a roster spot? Dalibor to answer.
But let's say Snuggerud is available.
Yeah,
right?
I still think when you got a centerman and a player that profiles to be a second line, first because of the all-around play, Snuggerud's going to find himself starting on the third line, somewhere like that, and work his way up. The tough part with Snuggerud is it's not that he's blocked by players, but if you look at the wing position right now, you've got Booch on the depth chart, so he's automatically going to start as a third liner. He'll get some power play time, and then from there, it'll be a competition. See who can score more.
Young player has the upside of a Ivan Barbashev. So an Ivan Barbashev type player out of these young guys. Obviously, he put up some points playing.
About prospects or current young Blues players on the roster?
I would say current young Blues players on the roster.
Yeah, for me, I said it before last year even started. It was Jake Neighbors. Jake Neighbors, a good hit. He's not afraid to drop the mitts. He's not afraid to get to the front of the net. An all-around player like Ivan Barbashev, that's a pretty good success. I mean, Ivan Barbashev's a two-time Stanley Cup champion right now.
Yeah. Justin Falk.
That's a good pick. To me, it's a coin toss. It's Justin Falk or Torrey Krug. Again, Torrey Krug, he had a more solid season last year than he had the year before. The Blues should be moving in a different direction. So I think both of those guys, if it does, then you will obviously be very happy with having Torrey Krug on your blue line. And for Justin Falk, it didn't go the way he wanted, but he also had a couple of nagging injuries throughout the season. Mm-hmm. So I think you're going to get a healthy Justin Falk back, and he'll be a difference maker again. He'll be up around that 21, 22 minutes a game before long.
From the 618 with
their team, they lost a few players, and not that last year was a one-off for them, but I just don't see them playing as well for the entire 82-game season as they did last year.
From the 314, will the NHL ever get a player better than Wayne Gretzky?
No.
Oh. You have other thoughts?
Nah, I mean, we always talk. Didn't think anybody would be better than Jordan, and I don't think there is, but some people think LeBron is.
I was going to be like, Carey, can I ask you who's better than Michael Jordan?
No one.
Okay.
But there are people that think that LeBron is. I don't think that those people are very intelligent. That's my opinion. But, yeah, there are people that think it.
Is there – how much time we got? I got a question for you guys. I have a question.
Can I just piggyback on that real quick?
Sure. But no.
Carey, if Wayne Gretzky had never scored a goal in his career, ever, not one, the amount of assists that he has is still higher than the next guy's total points.
That's amazing.
So I find it hard to believe there's another one out there.
Anywhere close.
So, sorry, Anthony.
No. That's good. That was awesome. I got a question for you guys based on that. I just thought of it, and I think it might be a fun one for us here at Centene as well as everybody else like listening and texting into their comfort service sex line. So I got a question in relation to the Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan talk next on 101 ESPN.
Coverage of 101 ESPN. From Blues Development Camp at the
Here we go.
Ice Center, this is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
On 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. So we were just having the conversation, and we had a really good question in the Blues Q's talking to him, or is even in the same conversation. And to a man, we all said no. If you have the same conversation about Michael Jordan, to a man, I think we'd all say no. LeBron James is not going to surpass. Either.
No.
You know, Kobe Bryant had just a absolutely brilliant career in the NBA. Did not surpass Jordan. It's still there's the one and only Jordan. There's the one and only. Do you guys have any doubt? And Jamie, this is going to be a tough question for you.
Why?
Do you guys have any doubt that Patrick Mahomes won't surpass Tom Brady's GOAT status when it's all?
No, the odds tell me he's not going to.
He's not going to.
That he's not going to surpass Tom Brady. He's got how many Super Bowls now?
Three.
Three, that's right.
Yeah.
I almost said
years, I think, is what he ended up playing.
Yeah, he came in 2000, went out in 23. Yeah.
So 22 years. That's a long time for a quarterback to survive.
Yeah.
Now, Tom Brady seemed to survive because Patrick Mahomes scrambling around. Like, we talk about Father Time undefeated. What does Patrick Mahomes look like in 5 years from now? I don't. Super Bowls is an astronomical number. Carey, you won one.
I did.
And that was extremely difficult.
Extremely.
So Mahomes at 3 is so impressive. I just think it's unfair even to Patrick Mahomes. They're going, have you seen what I've had to go through just to get to 3?
Mm-hmm. I don't. So with Tom Brady, obviously what he did in New England was outstanding, spectacular. Eagles
should have lost 2 more.
Oh,
They also could have won another one too.
6-3.
I'll give you that.
Super
The Eagles
Bowls.
won.
Yeah.
The Eagles won. He was. They didn't punt. He was unbelievable.
I think he played in. Mahomes is on that track as well. He's been in 4 Super Bowls, been in 2 other conference championship games to where they lost. I don't know how you can say that this is not a real possibility. And he's 7 years into the league. What is Patrick Mahomes? 27, 28 right now? Like, he's got plenty of time to surpass that. And I don't know if it's likely because it's a team sport. Like, it wasn't likely for Tom Brady to have as much success as he had.
No doubt.
But some things that are possible.
No, but anything is possible. You're talking about a great player like Patrick Mahomes. So
correct.
So all of the records, it's possible.
It's all in play.
For him, correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Willie.
No.
Is it probable?
Is it Isaiah
It's not
likely?
probable.
Is it Isaiah?
It's as simple as that. If he wins 7, it comes down to he lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Right.
No, it's very Isaiah likely that it could happen.
Thank you.
But is it going to happen? I don't think so. Because think about all of the other great quarterbacks in that league.
And what does Patrick Mahomes look like with a roster like Tom Brady had for a couple of those Super Bowls?
All right.
He still has Travis Kelce. He's got
So hear me out on this.
Now he's back in the offseason.
I don't even know if it was a full 2 weeks, to be honest.
It probably wasn't.
No.
It was after the
AFC. It was a full 2.
It was 13 days.
It was 13.
Well, he
13.
celebrated
But I celebrated.
Monday,
Thank you,
for sure.
Marshy. That's where I was going. Thank you.
Okay.
Celebrate. So it was a full 2 weeks.
All right.
But if you think about it this way, hear me out on this. He had Tyreek Hill, right? Tyreek Hill, good luck. You got these band of, Jack, what's at receiver. 1. Last year was like, nah.
But he still had.
And Travis Kelce
could have had 1,200.
Could have had 1,200 with 15 tutties.
Carey knows that was one of the Gauntlet
It
questions.
was.
15 tutties.
Oh.
Probably not. That's a lot of touchdowns.
I just misheard you.
Anyway. Won it again. Their defense, one of the youngest in the league. Steve Spagnuolo's going to I think he's going to get to 5 quicker than
Manning, though, because
it's been Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But I don't like that.
So
I didn't like that Cincinnati team a year ago.
Going back to your Andy Reid, say what you want about Bill. He certainly didn't come across as the greatest dude in Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
But
although he's had a really, the roast and things like that. But
he's had a lot going on apart from the roast, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like his young person again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure he is.
Anyways, Andy Reid will have a greater impact on Patrick Mahomes than Bill Belichick had on the Patriots teams that Brady played on.
That's fair.
So to say that he'll get to 5 faster,
yeah.
I just think win it 7 times with 2 different teams, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also an element. Will Mahomes leave and go to a different team completely and go win it again?
Here's another part to that discussion. Brady never won 3 Super Bowls in a row.
No.
If Patrick Mahomes can do that, does that change things?
I think you're right.
That one. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, but hold on.
Whoa. I don't think he has to win 8 to surpass.
Yes, he does.
I don't think so because
Brady won 7.
And
beat
Mahomes.
him. Yes,
He beat him into
He has to win 8 to surpass him as the greatest quarterback
of
all
does.
time.
Oh yes, he
He's got to win 9.
Does.
Did you hear that?
That he has to
Carey,
win
you're
7.
alone on the island.
I'm going to keep rolling.
We're talking about the GOAT.
Do you know how
status.
damn hard that is?
Yes. No, not really. But
It's not.
But exactly. So how damn hard is 7? Think about
He was surrounded by great players.
There's
guys
a couple
that were
years
able,
he wasn't.
Well, and true. There
Just
was
like
a couple
Mahomes
years,
had no receivers
There
this
was
year.
a couple of years where you didn't know who the hell the receivers were for. It's a team game. So for him to be surpassed solely needing eight Super Bowls to surpass him, I don't think that's what it needs to be. Okay. I think when you watch him play, when you watch Patrick Mahomes play football, I didn't think even with in my eyes, because of how it looks, it's a team game, and Tom Brady has had a great team surrounding him. Patrick Mahomes is going to go down as one of the and has better numbers. It doesn't necessarily need to be championships.
I disagree.
And that's why the same thing what I say with Michael Jordan, it doesn't necessarily need to be LeBron has to get 7 championships. Or he's played longer, but he scored more, but that doesn't make him a better player. And winning championships is not the sole defining factor.
Carey, you bite your tongue. You don't even believe what you're saying right now.
No, I do believe it.
No, you don't.
I do.
You can't sit there.
But it's not the only defining factor in
it's
making
the biggest
a person.
defining factor.
No, it's not.
100%.
So a few times and go to a different team.
No, he didn't have to do
and
that.
he's got to marry a supermodel.
Well,
and then divorce her.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do.
Hey, these are just stats.
Yeah, it's out there.
Let's talk about the stats on the field. If he number of MVPs, if he is surpassing Tom Brady, and talk about the number of the passing yards that he has, all of those numbers, coupled with the championships.
What about a flag football tournament win?
Disrespectful to those of us that love football.
All right, the fact that we even having this conversation was my original point, which is interesting because like Gretzky, nope. Jordan, nope. Brady, do you?
Love it. I read this book, Football for Dummies, taught me everything I know.
Nice. All right, so there was something that happened recently in sports that has happened before.
You can now watch one.
That camp going on earlier, this scrimmage. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsham, Anthony Stalter. All right, I am asking this genuine interest. Okay, I'm not trolling. I'm interested in this.
Okay.
No.
2 nights ago.
What you got?
2 nights ago, the United States men's national team lost to. Okay. They got bounced in the Copa Americano tournament.
The Copa Cabana.
All right, so they didn't even advance. That was one of their goals, get at
So
least
how'd
to
they
the
get
knockout
knocked out
rounds.
before the knockout round?
They stink. Or is it that they have the World Cup right here on our fine soil? That's in 2 years, right? The World Cup. Right?
What's that?
The United States of America, as powerful as we are, as dominant as we are.
That's a very good question.
Now I'm talking about the men's side. I realize the women's again. They've been dominant.
They've been at the top of the food chain for a long time.
There are the other in the women's side as much as they do the men's side. Okay, so that one, like why can the women figure it out, not the men? I think there's part of that. Why can't the men's national team get a head coach with a brain cell? And why can't they? That was mean. I'm sorry. I work for American-born players so that we could, I don't know, do something in one of these big tournaments.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we figure this out?
It is perplexing because or Asia and Russia, like the U.S., just mathematically alone. So I don't know what it comes down to. I really don't. Because you look at Brazil, you look at some of these Argentina, you look at some of these countries.
Like you can't figure
like how
this
can you
out?
not figure it out? How can you not go higher? Even go to Brazil, hire guys.
Please,
I would say
show us the way.
Yes.
I would say because
the American way.
Soccer is the biggest sport.
Correct.
Like, it's the sport that most of the children play from the time.
Because all you need is a ball.
But they're not playing soccer. They're playing baseball. They're playing basketball. They're playing football. If you had LeBron James,
Hockey.
that was they're playing hockey on skates.
Some good damn players.
Yes,
Thank
they
you,
do.
Andrew.
Especially here in St. Louis.
If you had LeBron James, part of why the U.S. men's national team is not as good as the teams around the world because their best players are Messi or Ronaldo. They're playing soccer. Our best players are shooting basketballs or but soccer. So it's hard to compete. It doesn't matter who the hell you bring. You can bring Phil Jackson in, the Phil Jackson of soccer. It probably won't matter if you don't have the Michael Jordan of soccer.
Okay, but I've heard that argument, and I can buy into that, right? However, all I hear, from soccer now. We heard for a while, Carey, I know you heard this, because soccer, look at the popularity of the sport here in America. Okay, you're telling me you can't figure it out the national level?
Here, but you're still not going to get the best play. Tyreek Hill just came up from Droid in the snake pit. If they are better.
But maybe that's the problem. We think that way, and it's not that way in soccer.
We get a text here from none other.
Kidding me?
He's piping in right now.
Well done, Marsh.
He says, buddy.
Okay.
And they make them part
serious trouble.
And they make them part of their teams in England, Brazil, Argentina, and they become players in the Premier League, Spanish League. Basically saying they don't. He ends it off by saying they don't have the competition of the NFL, the Super Bowl is playing for their country, their national team, their club team. So kids are born into SC's team. They start at 9, 10. They play for that team, work their way up. So then all the best of the best are funneling till you get the best players playing for that team. And then they're from all around the country.
I think what it boils down to, and I hate that Anthony's losing sleep over this, the next generation of soccer players, especially here in St. Louis.
You crap the bed again. You had an opportunity. The World Cup's going to be
sets us up for
thank
ridicule.
God it's here so we can qualify.
It's like the Memorial Cup.
I mean,
yeah,
come on.
that's terrible, except when the home team wins it.
Be a part of the show. Broadcasting live from Blues Development Camp at the Centene Community Ice Center. 4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you
For business communications for more than 30 years, visit mastor.com.
Time for the Gauntlet here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome back Andrew to the program after Andrew beat Marsh yesterday in the Gauntlet. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, what's up, brothers? Doing good?
Excellent, man. Happy early 4th of July to you.
What's up, brother? Same to you.
Oh, Marsh.
Anthony, you don't know who Sketch is?
We saw
his doppelganger.
His what?
Ian.
His what?
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
Ganger. What did he say?
You guys both said doppelganger.
Danger. Yeah.
It's like, wait.
It's kind of that whom.
Yeah, no, I'm right on this one.
Who is? Anyways, all right, Marsh. All right, Andrew. Whatever the hell your name is. Go ahead and tell us who you're taking on today. Is it me, Carey, or Jamie?
I'll take on Carey today.
All right. Cone of silence
a little
here.
excessive today.
Yeah, so Carey has to walk all the way out of the rink or else he'll hear
We need
everything.
to put him in the penalty box.
Well, we can. He'll hear everything. The penalty box is right below us.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. Even though there's no speakers here, he'll definitely hear us. So, anyways, Andrew, go ahead and tell Bradford to spin that wheel.
I don't know. Let's do random. That sounds fun.
Hoping for random, are you? All right, Bradford is back in the studio, so he'll have to tell us what we got.
Gentlemen, Andrew, I think it's only fitting that on this day, as the Blues conclude development camp,
oh boy,
as the great Carey Davis said, as well as Chance the Rapper.
Feel about that, Andrew?
It depends what they are. I feel good.
Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Which team did Kapanen play his first NHL game?
Next season's NHL schedule begins with the Devils battling the Sabres in Prague. It's a continuation of the league's global series, which also at that time, San Jose took on which of the Blues' central rivals? Or the Colorado Avalanche?
Go with the Nashville Predators. Final answer.
For how many NHL squads did the little guy?
Just go with the options.
Options are 3, 4, or 5.
Just go with 4. Final answer.
All right, Andrew. Question number 4. Who holds the record for most penalty minutes in a single season? Dave Schultz or Bob Probert?
Go with Mick Sorley. Final answer.
He's over there.
Oh,
there he comes.
Okay, all right. What are you doing for the 4th?
That's a long.
Just hanging out with my newborn daughter and her family today.
Oh, congratulations! Well, congratulations on the little one. What's her name?
Riley Sky.
All right.
Nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
All right, Carey. Now Carey's he played in the NFL for a while, so he's got a knee issue. He's still he's walking a little slower.
Oh yeah.
But said that I thought he fell.
Looks like Carey Davis running out of the tunnel. Look at that.
Wow.
Now he's out of breath. Going to need a second.
All right. Carey.
Yes.
Are you ready?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pack a lunch.
Oh, God.
Your category's hockey.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Of course it is.
Question number 1. With which team did Kapanen play his first NHL game?
Oh, man. Came from the Penguins. Was that his first team? I probably won't. Final answer.
All right, Carey.
I didn't see
begins with the Devils
Okay.
battling the Sabres in Prague.
Okay.
It's a continuation of the league's global series, which also featured the Czech Republic back in 2020. Which of the Blues' central rivals?
What do you got for us, Carey?
Your thoughts?
San Jose, you say, huh?
Took on which of the Blues?
Okay. Question number 3. Happy birthday to former Blue Vladimir Sobotka. Odds did the little guy with gumption play during his career? How many teams?
Again, this is going to be 5, 6, 7. Oh, man. How many? What, Vladimir Sobotka?
Yep. How many teams?
Let's go 6. Final answer.
All right.
All right, Carey, last question. Who holds the record for most penalty minutes in a single season?
Bob Probert. Final answer. I didn't
All
take
right.
any options.
No, you didn't.
It's not good.
Okay.
Or it's either great. Who knows?
Here we go. Andrew, with the options, you said Marty McSorley. CD, without the options, you said Bob Probert. Bob Probert was an option. Correct answer is?
But when you're named Dave the Hammer, minutes.
So we have a 0-0 tie.
Just punch people.
No.
0-0. Yeah,
Right, Anthony?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Thanks for pointing that out, Jamie.
Shouldn't have to. with that name.
Happy birthday to former Blue Vladimir Saberi. Shot from the hip, said 6. Andrew, with the options, you said 4. Your options were 3, 4, and 5. Boston, St. Louis, and Buffalo. Jamie, give us that score.
Let's see here. 0 point.
1-year deal worth $1 million. With which team did Kapanen play his first NHL game? Andrew.
Drafted by the Penguins. First NHL game, Toronto Maple Leafs.
February 29th, 2016. Next season's NHL schedule begins with the Devils battling the Sabres in Prague. It's a continuation of the league's global series, which also featured the Czech Republic back in October of 2022. At that time, San Jose took on which of the Blues' central rivals? Andrew. Correct answer is?
You guys are right. It's the Nashville Predators.
The Nashville Predators, that's right. And Carey didn't need the options. Andrew.
You have chosen poorly.
On that one.
Good job,
Sorry,
Andrew.
buddy. Hey, enjoy your new baby girl. Have a happy 4th. You were the batter that stepped in, and you were going to take a hack
I'm
no matter
swinging.
where.
Yeah.
I mean, if the pitcher threw the damn rosin bag, you were going to take a hack. Lo and behold, you connected on one, though, man.
It went
That's all
out.
it takes.
Nice job.
Just like Nolan Gorman.
Just
That's
takes
right.
one. I struck out 3
We
times.
talked about it yesterday. Carey got it up over the wall
Yes,
you
he
go.
did.
when he needed to.
It's
Yep.
important to get it up. Davis, Anthony Stalter, it's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Speaking of Gorman, speaking of the Cardinals, how do you improve this offense? Can it come internally, or do you have to go outside the organization like the Brewers did today to find pitching? That's
Maybe
next
third base.
on 101.
Driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN.
On ESPN with Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. We're live at Centene Community Ice Center, and since we're talking hockey today, Jamie, according to Sportsnet Wings, total amount is about $9.5 million.
Yeah, it looks like it's a 2-year deal worth $9.5 million total.
You like
interesting,
the fit?
Interesting signing. I think Detroit needed a more high-end player, quite honestly. But that being, the Panthers acquired Vladdy for scoring depth down the stretch and in the playoffs. And it worked out, obviously, scored a couple big goals for them. You know, the Red Wings just re-signed Patrick Kane. So do they have a vision of Patrick Kane playing? I don't know. It's an intriguing signing. Steve Yzerman's a very intelligent hockey person. He must have a very clear vision as to what Vladdy's role is going to be.
Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. So the Cardinals are back in action tonight. We got the Zamboni driver.
How many times do they go over this ice?
I don't know why they're doing it again, quite honestly.
There's been nobody on the ice.
He's
for
bored.
the last hour.
Is he?
Bored.
Yeah.
I think. Like, I thought at first maybe he just had a dry scrape earlier.
Yeah.
No.
Just keep going over it.
Let's keep going.
Cool.
Well, they got to get it ready for the clear at camp here at
very
6:15.
true.
What time does that
Yeah,
start? Able to make it for this one.
No?
Nah, unfortunately, I got some running around to do.
Oh, okay.
Jamie will be here, though. He's
Jamie
supported
does not want to be
shaking
affiliated
his
with it, so
Shaking
just
his
be
head,
March.
no.
He'll just be March tonight.
Anthony, I told
Did
you
you get
earlier,
clearance?
I have my gear in my car. We're all good to go.
Yeah, we're
Did
good.
you get clearance to do this?
Oh, no. This is totally unsanctioned.
Just go on the ice.
Yeah, they'll like that.
They'll love it.
I do have a Synergy hockey skills.
Yeah. I don't know if I like you wearing that
Well,
out here at the hockey rink.
Yeah.
you know, Jamie.
Never thought this would back.
Get away with a T-shirt.
Exactly. See, when Jamie parks out front to major events where he has no parking, he creates his own. Right here, I won't even say I'm with Synergy.
Here's the thing, though.
I'll just point to the shirt.
That does carry some weight in
And
this
they'll-
building.
All you need to do, like Jamie said, just show up and start. Like, if your business ain't on
Unless there's another team that's supposed to have the ice at that moment.
Then you have to get off. But
well,
if not, if
do
there's
you,
no
though?
scheduling
You
conflict.
could say, hey, no, I got an email.
Yeah.
Just can't find it right
And then
now.
you got to go through your phone for the next 20 minutes while your guys are still
While you're
working.
still playing. That's right.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking through the phone and be like, wait, I got the contact from Bob. I know I got an interview. Next time I see him.
There you go.
Why is the guy running the camp out there in tennis shoes and a broomstick?
He can't clear it past the blue line.
March over and over and over again. It'll be fine.
It would be hilarious to just kind of spoof
Yeah.
people, like have a whole bunch of people that sign up for a camp, and like
It was so cheap that
was-
a lot of people signed up for
they
it.
signed up for it, and it's like, you know, you call it like basic skills,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And say, well,
Yeah.
have
What
you
are they doing?
just moving the kids from one spot to another and having them hammer the puck down the ice as hard as they can?
Yeah.
While you're standing in the middle of the ice with tennis shoes. It would be incredible to see how long parents would stand there and tolerate it.
Yes. And I just start going, again.
Yeah.
Again.
But what now, Coach? Clear the puck.
Clear the puck.
He's drawing on the glass, all the different drills.
Do it all week, in
As
fact.
soon as the first kid doesn't get it all the way down the ice, 10 push-ups,
Yes.
everybody.
Absolutely. Parents are looking around. They're like,
Some parents would leave there going, that's the best damn camp I've ever seen.
Listen.
that's the best $5.99 I spent.
I spent an entire practice, and this is no exaggeration, running kids on and off the field. The entire practice. Run on the field like you mean it. If you're not, back to the sideline. We spent it back again. And for an hour and a half.
Nice.
They were looking at me like I was crazy. I don't care. we'll do this all day. If you can't do this,
right,
we won't do anything. If you don't want to do that, you might get sued. Don't.
Well, just don't make it too big. You know, don't make that mistake.
It'll be fine. Exactly. Yeah, I saw somebody texting. Oh, thanks, Dad. Passing the eggs on the ice back and forth.
Soft
Absolutely.
hands.
Yeah, soft hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, why the options for improving the Cardinals' offense next on 101 ESPN.
Live from
Coming back.
Camp at the Centene Community Ice Center. This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN Live from the Blues Development Camp here at Centene Ice Center. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis made a deal for Aaron Savali. So they had some pitching issues, they had guys that have been banged up, and this Marsh told us the news and what's trending is like, hey, why don't the Cardinals do something like this? Do you guys think that the best option to improve this Cardinals offense, to make it more consistent, because I know there's been some spurts where they've played better. Do you think the best way to improve this offense is still internally, or do you think it's going to come from outside?
I don't think the Cardinals will go shopping for offense.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I don't either.
They're going to hope that Jordan Walker cross their fingers that Goldie gets back to Goldie. They're going to really hope and pray that Arenado becomes a version of what he once was, because it ain't pretty right now to spend assets to go find offense.
I'm with you on that. Carey, do you think it's internally too?
Yeah, I mean, we joke about it all the time, but you got guys coming back, and it's like making a trade,
it's
right?
Really not.
No, it is. I mean, they haven't played all year.
Anthony.
They haven't. Tommy hasn't been on the.
He hasn't been here all year, so that's definitely
it's something.
Well, you don't have to give up anything. You won this
you
trade.
Bring somebody in that is not here.
Yeah,
so
they're not
if
here.
you bring somebody in and send somebody out, that's a trade?
There you go.
No.
Yeah,
no,
that's essentially what he just said.
So
you're sending guys out.
That's right.
It's a trade.
You're trading.
It's not prove me wrong, but I see what you're doing right now. Going with the lawyers speak on me.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you a simple question. It's a yes or no.
No, it's not. A trade would be trading with another team to acquire somebody. Organization or on your roster to acquire said player.
So just a different team.
Yeah.
So turn from injury that was in Memphis, which is a different team, and you brought him to your roster, then you had to DFA or option another player to another team.
It's a trade.
It's a trade.
Yep.
Anthony, I'm so glad you clarified that.
There you go.
Thank you.
You've got two guys on the radio that Mo listens to.
Davis makes a good point.
Yeah, we don't have to make a move.
You don't have to. You got two guys coming back.
Tommy Edman.
Two starters, Anthony. You're getting two starters.
A Gold
in this
Glover.
No.
This is better.
It actually is. It is than anything you do on the outside.
Cardinals fans, I know you hear me.
Yep.
These two guys, Jamie Rivers and Carey Davis, don't want to improve your offense.
314 says, you know what? You can just pretend it's for future considerations.
There you go.
It's more of a Blues thing, not a Cardinals thing. I can see the building a bridge.
Just saying.
For the players to walk across.
Don't try to deflect now.
The players that are coming back from Memphis to walk across that bridge.
Yeah, we don't want them to run because you might pulse up.
Yeah, or step on a ball and twist your ankle. It's possible, right?
So internally.
You get the if. We've been saying this all season long. Said it a little bit last year. If Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado play to their level, to their capability, this can be a really good team. Yesterday for me was is a snapshot of what this team can be. You score 7 runs, you get home runs from Gorman and from Burley, and you don't have to have great pitching for 6 or 7 innings from your starter. He can have very good pitching to start the game, and if that was like many of the other games we've seen this year and you're down at that point, now you're scrambling, you're stressing, you got to put guys in the game that may not be capable of performing in that point, and so you're probably going to lose that game. But you got off to a hot start. You scored first, which I think this team needs to do every night if they plan on winning, because when they get down, it's hard for them to win. So score first, score a lot, and then don't put your starting pitchers in a position that puts them in stress.
If ifs were fifths,
well, we'd all
be drunk.
Fifths.
Oh,
fifth.
Yeah.
You know what a fifth is.
I definitely know what that is.
We'd all be drunk.
Yeah. But how many fifths?
How much you trying to drink?
I don't know.
Did we eat before? Or?
I know. You get right to it. It's pregame.
Yeah, you try not to eat later.
Yeah, eat after.
Yeah.
To kind of
Three, I'm feeling really good, but I'm not, like 3 is
3/5?
Yeah.
You're stumbling, stammering.
Oh, 3/5. I'd be seeing things. At that. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't be. I'd be passed out. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Are we going to do the sports fifth pack?
Yep, probably.
Oh, wow.
The fifth?
The fifth.
We should.
Yeah.
Just rename it.
No, because we typically need 2 segments out of it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we don't want to be cutting it down at all. So improve it
with this current roster, with these current players.
You have Will Contreras back, which is going to help. So the longer he's back, he gets going. At least you have him there. Dropping Nolan Arenado was a must.
Oh, yeah.
At some point, and I don't know. Here's the problem. So you could drop Paul Goldschmidt too, because right now you're looking at things. He's got a 91 WRC plus.
Where do you want to put him at, Anthony?
Exactly.
7th?
Well, I don't know who. If you had better options, I would put somebody there.
I said put him in the 2-hole.
What about Arenado in the 2-hole?
No.
Yes. 2 and 6.
You want to take
Arenado could be in the
Burleson
2.
out of there?
Put him at 3 or at 4.
You want him to get more at-bats, though.
Yes.
Paul Goldschmidt, I saw a stat that he has the most at-bats on this team, and I don't know if that's a good
How get something out of them?
I don't want Nolan Arenado and Goldie in the 2 or the 3, 4, or 5, so put him at the 2 and the 6.
No.
And
6 is fine. I won't put him 2.
Well, then that means that
then
Paul
where's
Goldschmidt
Goldie
is
gonna
batting in the 3, 4.
Thought process alone. Somebody else steps up.
Yeah.
Now where does Goldie go?
I don't care.
Who cares?
I don't.
It's a human being.
He has feelings.
I mean,
and he's
thank you.
You either play good or you don't.
Thank you. Marshy.
What do you have?
You've
Let me
got
see.
here's I got the MLB lineups up right now for tonight.
Give it to me, Anthony.
Brian Reynolds is sitting second for the Pirates.
Yeah. He should be.
He's a stud. He is.
The Sheeminator?
Yep.
Careful.
Rob Ruffsnyder is hitting second for Boston. Brian Well, the Marlins don't matter.
Didn't he?
Nemo?
Yeah.
He's back, yeah. Ella De La Cruz is hitting second for the Reds. Juan Soto is hitting second for the Yankees. Alex Bregman for the Astros.
Yeah, but those are
Spencer
good teams.
Spencer Horowitz is hitting second for the Blue Jays. Ozzie Albies is hitting second for the Braves, another good team. Trey Turner for the Phillies. You see where my point is. Bobby Witt Jr. is hitting second for the Royals. Some of the best hitters in baseball are hitting second.
So where do you want
today is fine because I don't have anybody better to hit where Goldie is.
Okay.
Why are you guys complaining? They won yesterday.
They did win. Yeah, that's great. Lose.
By the way, guys, just out of curiosity, have you seen some of the chaos that's going on with the Mets?
With Grimace?
Well, Grimace, the last name's Iglesias.
Oh, Jose.
Yeah. Okay, he's a singer, too.
Yeah, we saw that. You sent
Oh,
the video.
Did I?
Oh, I did
Yeah,
see
you sent
that.
the video.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
OMG.
Yeah, singing this song on the field, light show.
That I think in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Hey, you got to sing this to the."
Oh, so
I went
it's-
on Apple Music. It's
Is it
on
on
there. I was like,
Hey.
what?
Iglesias?
I don't know if he's related.
It's got to be Enrique, right?
It's Jose.
I think it's Enrique.
Yeah, it's the song it's from Candelita is his stage name.
Really?
I'm not lying. I'm like right at it. Candelita, OMG.
It's beautiful.
Good for
I
him.
listened to the song and I was like, it's really kind of catchy.
There you go.
It
Can't
really
be
is.
better than Usher's OMG, am I right, Carey?
Nah, definitely not. Got peas.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Like I would know.
You got a different.
It is
OMG.
Usher featuring Will
Yeah,
I
there you
Am.
go.
You guys
Well,
are making me
we're
feel
both
dumb.
right.
We're all right.
Everybody except for Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
101 ESPN. We got our sports six-pack next. So if you got a question for us idiots, text into the Air Comfort Service tax line. Sports six-pack next.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here on the Fast Lane on 101 to ESPN with Jamie Rivers and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with question 1, please.
Question number 1.
Breakaway, hockey style that is, on Carey Davis.
Oh,
wow.
Can you skate? That's I think that's the number one criteria for you to.
How many breakaways? Or is it just a one-off competition?
I think it's just one breakaway.
Oh.
Like
I got pretty good hand-eye coordination.
So, Carey, the strategy there.
Get big.
No, just Anthony, I know that you don't necessarily shoot the puck very often.
He's usually clearing it.
But
you're right about that.
Yeah.
If Carey timed it right and just laid down like 2-pad stack.
I like that.
I'm not saying you can't get it up, Anthony. Accuracy can be difficult.
At a moment's notice, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a good strategy. Do you?
Man, and you shoot the puck earlier than you should, so Carey can't lay down, and you keep it low on the ice. Do you know why you keep it low on the ice? Never mind going top cheese.
Yeah.
Low on the, it's very difficult, and if he tries to flop that split second, he'll be like, he won't be there to cover.
I'll have a little triangle to shoot.
Yeah, I mean, or a big one.
Yeah.
Depending on
the Zamboni
I would
shaved the
expect
ice
that he
about
could.
4 times here since the prospect camp ended. The 4th time, shaving the ice. Do you need it to be clean, Anthony, or?
Oh, do you like it clean?
I like it. I like it nasty and dirty.
All right.
So you don't want the Zamboni out there at all?
The puck will bounce though once I shoot it.
It'll also bounce all over the place while you're trying to handle it.
He didn't take that
Anthony, I'm going to help you. You want it smooth.
I want it smooth.
You want that ice clean.
Just that one strip, though. You don't need the whole thing.
Very true.
No,
Scott, Carey, or me on a breakaway?
I actually think Anthony scores.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
We should try it out.
Marsh?
Maybe we got
Anthony, I think your skill set is more, dump in.
A draw. It's like we're playing city soccer now.
Yeah, that's how people get fired.
That's if you do that enough, Jamie.
Yeah.
You don't put a W on the damn board once. You get let go.
Good point.
Question 2, please.
Question number.
Are front runners. They play great when ahead, but forgot how to play baseball when they are trailing? Question mark.
I don't know that they forgot how to play. I just don't know if they're equivalent, and that generally helps them win games. They get behind and they're chasing the game. It doesn't feel like a W.
So if I'm pulling up the stats right now, because remember we did this in April, and it was just in home runs. They have 81. Typically, if you're going to come back in games, if you're trailing, and you're not trailing by 1 run or something like that, you have to have that power. You're not going to go base to base with the power display there. There's a reason why they got up big early, and it's because of the 2 big home runs. To Swan's question, do they play better in front? Yes, they do, because they don't have that power element.
Do you know where they really play good? When they have the lead going into the – some would.
But not everybody?
No, not everybody.
Why did you say, oh, gosh?
I just feel
it's
like
not a jinx when you talk about the past, Andrew.
I know, but
if I said, oh, they'll remain undefeated, then there's a problem.
It's the announcer's jinx is what you did there.
But I'm not an announcer. Certainly
You
not for
are,
baseball.
though.
Not for baseball.
But you are an announcer in general.
How? This is not.
People listen to you.
No, well, that I can't help. But
can't help you there, folks. Can't help you there.
I don't know, man. The Cardinals.
One more. I cannot wait.
But guess what? We won't be here for like 4 days, 5 days. So
we'll be back to 500.
Well, Carey doesn't have to talk about them tomorrow.
Or Friday.
And then they drop like
come back Monday.
5 in a row.
A week later, they're 2 games under.
They're 26th in runs scored in Major League Baseball.
How's their run differential?
They're going up.
They're
things. The run differential, I bet they're under 30 now.
I bet they are.
Negative 30.
They were at 42 a couple of days ago.
No, they're at 32 a couple of days ago.
Oh, where are they at now?
Let's see here.
32.
37.
Minus 37, so they got one.
The weekend games count too.
Do they?
Yeah, just because we don't talk about them,
they still count.
They still count.
They gave up 20 runs. They scored
but
6.
It looked a lot better. It too.
They got better. They went from minus 42 to negative 37.
Good.
All right, we'll continue our Sports Six-Pack next on 101 ESPN.
ESPN. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Broadcasting live from Blues Development Camp at the Centene Community Ice Center.
I have a question.
It's time for the fast lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Rivers and Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time for our question number But I would make the argument that they have more of a complete prospect pool than the Blackhawks. Now, I'm saying this having absolutely no knowledge of the Blackhawks prospects.
They got some good players. It's a tough way to go about it because you got a Blackhawks team that look like, whereas the Blues 5 years from now with their retool, if Dvorsky and Snuggerud and Bolduc and all these guys hit like they're supposed to, as far as like becoming good players, then the Blues will still be a better team at that point. It all may be the median of what his career will be, or is it just will he not be dominant? Like, who knows, right? I think he's going to be a talented player. I think we saw this guy. Is he a 100-point guy? Because you say, oh, he's a 100-point guy, but you don't know that yet.
Were you so for those that remember, you weren't as high on Connor Bedard coming into the NHL as a lot of people were. You actually would have taken the kid from Michigan, right? What was
Fantilli, Adam Fantilli. There's times he did to where I was like, man, that was pretty talented. You know, he's certainly he has the skills to play. But there are times where it didn't. It wasn't a cheap shot. He just ran into a guy. And that was my concern as a smaller player. You know, teams are going to gear up for those really skilled. And the wear and tear of 82 games on a kid coming into the league, it's a lot. It can be. And especially when you don't have a good team around you. Like, you're the number one pick, but you don't have people to make plays with. Sometimes it's harder. So Connor Bedard, he might actually be way better than I'm giving him credit for because he didn't have the surrounding pieces. Yeah. And when he gets those pieces, a little too much out of his league. Right. Nathan McKinnon, too much out of his league, too, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
But time will tell. We'll see. That's an interesting question to which I think they'll both be kind of at the same spot in 5 or 6 years, which means that Blues, Blackhawks.
Question number 4.
From the 636, who are the best Cards, Blues, and football Cardinals have to play more than 2 years here? Gretzky does not count.
No, Brett Hull does, though. So Brett Hull for the Blues, for sure. I mean, come on. Brett Hull is the reason we're sitting inside the St. Hockey and the buzz he created and the way hockey grew when Brett Hull became the goal scorer that he was. This is why we have rinks now in St. Louis. I think you have to go with Kurt Warner.
So we're just picking one player from each?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a collaborative effort.
It was.
One player from each.
Yeah, so for me it'd be Hull, Warner. Baseball, that's tough. I mean, there's so many players I never watched.
Yeah.
I can't say it was Bob Gibson or Stan Musial. I never saw them play.
Carey said it, though. It's got to be Albert.
It's Albert. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Albert, let's make it easy. And what was the fourth?
I would almost.
I'm just being honest here.
No, I mean, we didn't.
Didn't see him.
Didn't see him play.
Young.
Yep.
What about City SC?
Roman
Berkey. Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Rushmore. It's hard to go against Kurt, but Marshall.
How about Steven Jackson?
What about
that guy? Had
Orlando would probably.
Great guy.
I mean, there was no one.
Nobody.
Nothing comparable to him during his time.
Couldn't touch
at left tackle.
Kurt.
During his, you can make an argument that Kurt is not the best quarterback to ever play the game. You can make an argument that Marshall is not the best running back to ever play the game. You get to put his name on there for that.
See, I was thinking Orlando too. Sorry.
You get.
I was thinking Orlando too. But I almost got T-boned today, by the way. Somebody almost threw this kid. Yeah, talking about vehicles, though.
Oh, man.
Anyways, Orlando is where but I will say this from like a greatest show on turf standpoint. If you don't – there's a reason why we will never see the greatest show on turf again. It was because of Marshall.
Yeah, because
because we don't have a team anymore.
Well,
being realistic, if we're doing the Mount Rushmore thing, we may have to go with Marshall Falk because Orlando Pace, he's got a big old dome on him. I mean, and more rock.
Okay.
Anthony.
That's the business brain of Jamie.
Yeah,
that is.
It's going to take a little bit more trying to chisel that rock.
Actually, it was not completed.
Really?
Yes.
Who's missing?
No, it wasn't supposed to be.
See, there's supposed to be 5.
There was no. supposed to be more of the 4. It's supposed to be like to the mid chest.
Oh yeah, they made a huge mistake. They thought
now it looks fine. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Mount Rushmore?
No, it's apparently not that big.
No,
right?
you think it's like the Alamo. I'm not joking.
I think
and that's an exaggeration, but
Yeah.
it's not big.
Well, to take him behind the Alamo.
That's right. That has happened. And so Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore is a lot of the same.
Yeah.
Think, oh, this big magenta. It's like it's not.
I've never seen it, but that's what I've heard. Question 5, please.
Best and worst trash talkers you've played against.
This is always a good one.
Man, for me, Bart Scott never stopped, and it was annoying. Like, you're down by 35, bro. Shut up. Where it kind of. So he did. We were beating them like 35-7, and he gave one of our guys a stand. Counting. And I was like, oh, that's not funny. But it kind of is funny.
He started counting as the guy was concussed.
He was standing up, wobbling. Yo, that's a standing 8 count. 1. He's like, yeah.
That's funny.
He's concussed. We don't laugh at. Oh, it's kind of fun.
Steve Ott was good. Just chirped nonstop. Those guys are pretty good. You know, like usually found myself in verbal wars with those guys quite a bit. Most of the
Is there ever a guy that you don't have to name names by any means, but a guy, or maybe there's multiple people where they're chirping you and you're like, "What? That was not even funny." Or you say something bad.
Yeah,
where
so
like,
I had one guy, we'll just keep him nameless. He kept trying to chirp me, and it was so bad that I looked at the bench, his bench, and I said, could you guys at least the problem?
You're just not doing it very well.
It's horrible.
Yeah, there was a player that I threatened his life during the game.
Oh.
I meant it too. I was going to harm him. I was trying to harm him. Like, yeah, I'm going to kill you.
Carey, you're the nicest human being in the world. You've got a dark side to you.
Guys on your team, you don't bother them. Like, Troy was one of those guys. Heath Miller, just a sweet guy. Just one of the guys. Just a football player, but he's when I get a chance. Now, if I get a chance to hit you, it's going to be to harm you and hurt you. And, yeah, that was my goal.
We had a situation like that one time. I think it was my first or second year here. And somebody had taken liberties with Howie. Lineup. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm never going to get on the ice against that player because the matchups, we just never.
Yeah.
So I waited until the period ended. Now he's wearing a Dallas Stars uniform, actually.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened?
I got 2 minutes. Got that. And I told him, and he's like, next time just ask me and I'll put you out there against the guy.
Wasn't Q the guy, though, that was screaming at you to get off the ice with Lemieux?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Get off!
I'm to that camp over the summer
Q
for a
is,
reason.
you ever hear that story, too? The Q had me shoot the puck at the ref?
No.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So he didn't have me shoot the puck, so let me word this play. And Jim Campbell was playing the point on the power play, and the guy, literally tackled him, and another player grabbed the puck, went down and scored. Well, Q was so mad. He was yelling at Denny LaRue, "You just shoot it right out of his head." And then he's like huffing and puffing. He goes, "Rivers, get out there." So I get out there. Pierre Turgeon wins the face-off back to me clean. Snapped it back, tape to tape. And I'm like, whoops, I hammered a slap shot. Now, I meant to miss him, which I did, but I buzzed the tower a lot closer. And then the period was ending, so there was chaos. The referees are yelling at me, and all that. I'm like, just ice in the puck, you know. So we get into the locker room. You said the next guy who gets the puck, you son of a. Because I didn't mean it. I go, how am I supposed to know? He goes, all right, get back in there. So we get back in for the start of the third period. Quenneville comes in and goes, hey, okay, here's how it's going to play out. The other winger skate as fast as he can, so it looks like it's a set play.
Yeah.
And he goes, they're just going to leave it like that. And then he comes and grabs me and goes, that should probably keep you from being suspended for 10 games. And we won the face league and all this stuff. I could find $500 or something.
It was a set play.
It was a set play, man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. We've seen the Sedines do it multiple times.
100%. David Pasternak scored an overtime winner up.
I don't know.
Hey, why don't this is a Wednesday, so why don't we step into the Honorable Judge Andrew Marsh's courtroom? Certainly does. Look at.
Yep.
Do you want to comment on his hat?
Oh well, his hat is. I mean, it fits perfectly on that head.
Certainly
it's covering
does.
up that hair,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's just spectacular.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Send in your prove me wrong statements to the Air Comfort Service text line. Now we'll do prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
Here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter, and the judge, Andrew Marsh.
Handsome lad he is.
Wrong. This is where you send in a statement, and one of us in the law firm of Davis, Rivers, and Stalter have to
prove me wrong. The Blues are going to regret the Booch future.
Let's go back to the salary cap here. It finally moved after the old pandemic salary cap freeze. Now we're back to doing business. I said it yesterday. The NHL on day one of free agency spent much knowing that, hey, salary cap's probably going to keep going up. Why? Because relative, like the percentage-wise, be like a $4 million contract in 3 or 4 years.
It's nothing.
It's next to nothing for play, penalty kill. He's a leader. He literally said he wanted, and it's going to be a bumpy ride, knowing that the plan for Doug Armstrong and the Blues is to be successful again, and he wanted like that to a very, very modest.
If it was 8 years, I feel a little weary about it, but since it's only 6, we'll give you the water boy. Prove me wrong. If you know nothing about hockey, all you need to do is watch the Mighty Ducks documentary.
About hockey, all you have to do is watch the Mighty Ducks. Well, first of all, go ahead.
Listen. No, you have to go.
Okay, first of all, the Mighty Ducks movie, as great as it was, and as much as we did learn about the sport of hockey, backwards, you're putting yourself offside at the offensive blue line. Probably couldn't happen. I know you for a fact you can't tape your goalie to the net and hold him up in there. So as great as it was, and there are some definite, like the movie Slapshot for that, so you learned quickly that if you have a tough team, that you can still win hockey games. 2019 Blues, right?
Yes.
You beat your opponent for Game 6. We learned that from Slapshot. We look at Youngblood, young kid. You know, we talk about the young kids, how Youngblood scores the biggest goal on a breakaway. Never mind the triple deke. He has scored an incredible hockey.
Jamie, if I may, Adam Banks scored a goal when he was on the bench.
Not to mention they somehow, I don't know how they did it, but they switched. You can, essentially put goalie equipment on, someone give you a stick and go all the way up to the blue line. We saw Patrick Waugh try and do that. Skate, skate all the way out.
Got a penalty for it.
He completely nailed it.
Yeah. Job. I'm glad you took that one on, because that was my own kid would be on the other side. I just can't do that.
From 314. Communicate with their plans / decisions and provide exactly what the fans are looking for from
thing about baseball. Now, if they wanted to play hockey, I'm sure that the front office could tell them how to build a roster, forwards, centers, defensemen, goalies. They would teach them. You got other
third base coach.
Yeah, different positions. Third base coach, not bench coach, but third base coach. You got different positions and different people that you need to hire. So I don't know that the front office would essentially, from the Blues, be able to teach the Cardinals anything about baseball and how to run a team.
You don't believe that. Give me
it was. Really good. You gave it everything you had, Carey.
Really good.
Yeah.
From the 636, prove me wrong. Nico Mikkola will be a worse trade than Randy.
Problem with that is Randy Arozarena got traded from the Cardinals to the Rays, right? That's one trade. Nico Mikkola got traded to the Rangers, and then the Rangers then didn't think enough of him either. Panthers, by the way, that have a stacked team. Not a retooling team, a stacked team. Option. What Nico Mikkola did with that, him playing big minutes didn't happen until the playoffs. So even the Florida Panthers originally didn't think that much of him to put him in the top 4 as a shutdown guy, as a penalty killer. They waited and waited, and then played very well. But that being said, still, it was 2 teams that didn't see as much as they should have in Nico Mikkola. So quite honestly, this one falls off.
Let's do one more.
Can I just, from the 573, Adam Banks is a damn American hero.
Flip-flopped on his teams.
Yeah, very true.
Actually,
go ahead.
Anthony's discovered the text line.
This is why. This is why I don't do it.
The Atlanta Falcons will win their division next year. Prove me wrong, Anthony.
Really, they're going to win they're going to win that division. Really, with shaky bakey. They can't. The Falcons can't win in New Orleans. Last time they did so, actually, it was probably a couple of years ago, but they typically struggle in New Orleans. They've got Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback. You know what Kirk is good for? About 300 meaningless yards.
Hey, Bradford, give Anthony the X on that one.
There's one whole team I can't even bring up.
8 wins probably wins you the division.
It might.
Kirk Cousins is good for a division win.
I stepped out there with no closing
you tried.
segment.
Well, it was a win-win situation.
No
Anthony.
You couldn't put a bow on it.
No.
You tried.
All right, that was Prove Me Wrong. Here's the question of the day next on
And
101
bet the
ESPN.
board, remember?
Yeah, Jamie.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to?
What's up? It's time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 Man. Oz, how are you?
Oh. Good. How are we doing today?
Good. Welcome back to the Pro. The streaks are right now.
Yeah, for sure. My computer died, so I'm on my cellular device.
Attaboy.
Oz obviously got a base hit. He's back. I have a two-hit streak. Unfortunately, Carey did not get a base hit with Brian Reynolds, and both of you gentlemen are at 1.
Yes.
Nice. Oh.
I am up first.
I guess I should have paid attention.
Give me Alec Burleson.
Jerk. Alec Burleson is off the market. All right.
Going 2 for 2.
Mason Wynn is now off the board. Jamie River is off the board. Give me Brian Reynolds.
Come on. Really?
There's plenty of other guys out there.
Yeah. Really?
Just pick anybody else from the Pirates.
Give me old Neil Cruz.
Yeah, he's good too.
He's pretty good.
All right, so that's Bet the Board Day, which is our Friday. Oz, have a great 4th, my friend. Thanks for playing. Thanks for listening.
You as well.
Excellent. All right, there you go. Now it's time for Bet the Board.
Oh,
Jamie
he's
Rivers.
been 2 days in a row.
He's chomping at the bit. Yeah.
Congratulations.
What the hell's wrong with you guys?
No, no.
Did you hit yesterday? Did you?
I did.
That's why I want to do it again.
So you're, what, 2-0?
Yeah. Starting off.
Mine hit yesterday as well.
You're 2-0. I'm 1-1.
I'm 1-1.
Carey's
as well.
1-1. Marshy.
Last night.
This freaking guy.
WNBA. Just rolling with it.
Unreal.
Okay, well, Jamie.
I think this number's high, even though this guy is a hell of a pitcher. Joan.
Okay. All right.
The under, you say?
Yeah. The Cardinals are going to do some damage.
All right. Andrew Marsh is up now.
All right. Being in the W tonight, there's only one that I have to pick from, and it is.
You can narrow it down, though.
I can. Give me.
It's on you?
Yes, it's on me. Let me see here. A game that Carey probably likes.
You just got here.
Find a Yankees game.
Yeah, I'll find the Yankee game.
That's all he bets on.
No, that one. Give me the Phillies with Zach Wheeler.
This guy.
Minus 118 against the Cubs.
What are you doing?
Are they playing hockey out there again?
Phillies 7-3 over the last 10.
Oh, my goodness.
Those stupid-ass Cubs. 3-7 over the
That's great. Carey, which one did you have?
Give me the Yankees.
Oh, there it is.
Over 8.5.
Worked last night,
It
right?
did. It did.
There you go.
It may not win, but they're going to score runs.
Yep. All right. So tonight, the Cardinals and the Pirates go at it at PNC Park again. In fact, they're about first pitch is about a minute away here. Miles Michaelis versus Jared Jones. We have fade or follow. We have criticisms and compliments. We've got 3 stars of the day all next, live from Centene Community Ice Center here on 101 ESPN.
yourself in.
Here we go.
Fast Lane, driven by Scrap Mart Metals Recycling on 101 ESPN. It's time for FanDuel Fade or Follow on the Fast Lane.
Brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more.
Everyone follow us.
Money, 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 money.
Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. We welcome back Ethan for a second straight week. What's up, Ethan?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great. Happy early 4th of July to you, my friend.
To you guys as well.
The Pittsburgh Pirates tonight, they're a slight underdog coming in, and with no score as of right now, we're going to go ahead and play this one.
This week, I think the pitching matchup favors Pittsburgh, so a nice hedge for me tonight, I guess.
Wow. The live money line.
What
bet.
makes you think the pitching favors Pirates?
Oh, no. All right. Well, hey, listen. This is why we do fade or follow. You know, I mean, we give them two options.
So what Jared Jones has been doing this year for Pittsburgh, he looks like a good pitcher, racks up a lot of strikeouts. That's something this offense isn't great against.
Right. All right. Well, hey, Ethan, either way, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing fade or follow. And you too. Thank you. I didn't see that one coming, I'll be honest. But that's okay. That's all right.
I don't blame them.
I would have taken the
I don't blame them, as long as they're not strikeouts.
Well, you need this. Hey, put it in play.
Yeah. Just put the ball in play.
Get this guy out of there.
Don't go reaching. Just put it in play.
Exactly.
Thing's over? Yeah. Oh, we had runners.
The prospect camp, at least you heard a lot of the pucks, especially in that 5-minute warm-up that seemed like a 25-minute warm-up. You can. Marshy.
Yes.
What do you got for us?
These of yet, but Anthony, I want to give you a compliment for what you've done with this Clear It camp. Obviously, we have 3 gentlemen already here waiting
on them
to be a part of the Clear It camp. I don't know if we can.
Don't need the nets.
Don't need the nets. No. In fact, I actually, when I
trying to help us out.
Yeah,
here.
Jody, thanks for showing the I would say burgeoning Clear It camp.
Large participation.
They're waiting.
And you know what?
You got to start somewhere.
The intended target was to get the youth.
Guys, you know what I'm seeing? You know what I'm seeing right now with those 3 gentlemen?
What do you see?
Our next instructors
to
the Clear camp.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, you know what? First of all, you got a lot of Come on in. Just get on the bench there.
We have more people.
We got more people coming up. Yep, just right there. Line yourself up on the bench. We'll be down there in about. Don't worry.
My car right now.
Don't worry, Jamie. I don't include you. You
have the next room over there.
It's fine.
And it's staying there.
This is the Clear It camp blue versus white game.
There you
Marsh,
go.
thanks for computer. I'm sure she's taking
Signing
notes.
people
I'm
in.
sure she's signing people
You
in.
got to watch out, though. People like that, they videotape your practice and steal your drills.
Oh, she won't. No, she's very reliable. It's
Had that happen a few times.
It does. You end up winning
Jenny.
7 Super Bowls doing that.
8675.
True.
We get a text from the 314.
Usher. You have to down.
Yeah, it's a dynamic warm-up. Anthony instructs.
Yeah.
From up here.
Yep.
Down and back.
Anthony, all right, Doc. From the 314, Jared Jones is going to demolish the Cardinals. He's my fantasy baseball superstar, so I hope he gets 27 straight.
That at all?
Oh,
Did you go under?
I did.
I thought you went over.
6.5, although not huge as far as the numbers concerned. A little bit, so I'll go with the under.
Okay.
Good call, Jamie.
Yeah.
Good call.
Anthony, I really like your approach starting off this camp. No pucks, right?
Well, no pucks.
You got to earn pucks.
Carry over from you rejecting us. Just one thing.
Just call it a tryout. Maybe I'll observe. Maybe I'll like it.
Well,
probably not.
I like what you. I'm sure you like what you see right now with these guys.
And Anthony, bringing in that third net too. I don't know what you have up your sleeve, because the last time I checked,
set the nets up eventually on both sides, and then I'm going to have one at the center line, so that you can clear the puck out at any point on the ice.
There you go.
So you're thinking,
Can't even look at Jamie right now.
Instead of going high and hard off the glass, we'll just throw it up the middle of the ice. That usually works.
Okay, so
you got to get this. We got to get.
We got to get this going. And that guy just fired it right to his teammate in front of the net. I don't. I really don't understand.
High-risk play
But you know what? Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I don't expect these guys to know what they're doing.
He's carrying the puck way too far.
He's carrying it way too far. What are we doing? And then he turned it over.
Yeah, that's what happens. Now you're playing defense.
Exactly.
The water boy, we want to give a shout-out to the Zamboni driver for putting in overtime today. Not only did he scrape the ice once for the Blues, so shout out to the Zamboni driver. Not good enough, though, to get a 3-star, to get one of the stars today, but we appreciate the water boy making sure that the Zamboni driver here at the Centene Community Ice Center gets a shout-out on,
that was nice.
on the fast
They
line.
take their ice very seriously over here at Centene Community Ice Center.
They certainly do, yeah.
For sure.
Shout out to them.
Let's get to our 3 stars of the day before we head out of here. Our 3rd star of the day is going to go out to a big giant rock with 4 faces on it. Some would say there's 5, but we know Mount Rushmore to have 4 faces on the giant rock in South Dakota.
Evidently not as big as we think, right?
That's right. It's generally the case.
Yeah.
Not always, but
bigger in person.
Yeah.
For sure. Our 2nd star.
Doppelganger. It still doesn't sound right.
Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Doppelganger.
You thought it was my brother, but
he could
not
honestly
easily could. If he would have walked up and said, "I'm Marshy's brother,"
we got a chance to meet
shout
him.
out to Ian.
Apparently, he listens to the show, which we appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Ian was telling, or Carey noticed Ian first. He's like, "I thought it was Marsh." Yeah, I go, "That's not Marsh," because I know you don't have at least
tattoos.
Yeah, you don't have tattoos at least.
No, I don't.
Visible tattoos.
Not yet.
No.
He walked.
Carey just walked up to a stranger.
He did.
And
how you doing?
Grabbed him.
Yeah.
Hey, come with me.
You're coming.
I
with
didn't even
me.
know what's going on. Carey's dragging this guy.
Yeah. Ian,
Hey, see my jacket? Come with me, sir.
it's incredible.
All right, our 1st star of the day.
Respect
I
the
thought
jacket.
Jamal Mayers was taller.
Anthony, we need to get
Sorry,
you out
go ahead.
there on the ice,
Yes,
so we
go
got to
ahead.
wrap this up.
Yep.
1st star of the day.
2 of them are here now. So
That's right.
Go ahead, Marsh.
Brothers.
To set plays.
Oh, yeah.
Set plays, yes.
That was a good set play, Jamie. Saved you from suspension.
Our thank yous to Bradford Bruns back in the studio. Thank you, sir. Dodie Rallman for not only setting us up once, but setting us up twice today. Set up and everything down here at Centene Community Ice Center. And thank you for everybody at Centene Community Ice Center. So, for Bradford Bruns, Dodie Rallman, Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. Happy